So as I was editing, I realized I never made an intro. So hello, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be setting up a 70-litre betta fish tank to give my betta fish an upgrade from a 20-litre to a 70-litre, as well as incorporating more live plants, some cherry shrimp, and some new fish into the tank. Let's go. Okay, so starting off, we have got our new tank. I've got to move the current fish tank over to be able to set it up. If you can already see, there is a little sticker on it. My son decided the tank needed to be decorated. So in this tank, it comes with the light, the filter, the heater, absolutely everything that I will need. You will see that there is a couple of areas that there's a random blur that is blocking my sun out, because no matter how much I tried to get him out of the way, he still came over to help because he's a bit nosy and he's a 2-year-old. There's not much more I can do. But yeah, so in this tank, we are putting sand and this little eco soil. I'm not sure what it's called. Got to give it a rinse before I put it in, but the sand is also pre-washed. Now you will also notice that as I fill up this tank with water, the water is incredibly dark. So after a few days, it really had not settled. I decided to do another water change. After that, it still didn't work, so I came up with a new plan and completely drained everything out. So this is what the tank originally looked like after the first week. I let it cycle for 2 weeks and still had no change. I just went through and made a list of plants that are safe to grow in a betta fish tank. That is both beneficial to the tank, the fish, and all the species that will be going in there, and what's going to provide the most enrichment as well as nutrients to the water to keep everything filtering without much intervention. So I went through and made that list, and then I also made a list on fish that can go in with the betta, because I am upgrading him to a 70-litre from a 20-litre for the fact that I want to be able to get some more live plants, and I also want to be able to get some friends for him. Not betta fish, because he is a male. They are best to be kept by themselves. I don't feel like breeding or anything like that. I just really want a betta fish. And then I'm going to be getting some tetras, and look at the bottom dwellers. So I'll be having some schoolfish and some bottom dwellers. But all in all, I did go onto aquafire.com and I am putting in an order now. I am spending $120. Okay, future Sarah here. I'm wearing the same top because just about nothing fits me, but it has been a week since that last clip. I waited until I got my water tested, which you'll see in this video a little bit further along, but I ended up changing my order, not completely, but I did more research of what I wanted to grow in the tank and planned it a little bit more. So this is the actual update of what I ended up actually buying, and it should be here in the next day or two. But let's go through and see what I got. So last time it came to $120 or something like that. This time it came to $270, but I got a discount for $260. And in this order, I got 2 packs of the moss mesh. So you can stick the moss down onto wood and all of that, and it will help it grow along the wood. So I got 2 packs of those. They are 10 pieces each, but I would rather have some left over in case I decide to do future tanks. I also got a shrimp starter pack, so it has everything you need for some shrimp, because I decided I'm gonna get some shrimp. Then, so that was $49.95. I got 10 of the red cherry shrimp, and that was originally $43, but the more you get, the cheaper it is. So I got 10, say $4.30, so I got it for $38.70. Next up, I got some aquarium glue. This is to help stick the moss mesh down and the moss as well. That was $4.99. I got an aquarium thermometer for $3.50 so I can monitor the temperature in that tank a little bit better. I got 3 lots of aquarium driftwood coming into $32.85. These are 15 to 20 centimeter pieces. I got 2 of the spider driftwood, 15 to 20 centimeters each, coming in at $17.90. I got 2 of the water wisteria. Again, getting more, you do get a discount. So I saved $1.20 by getting 2. So that came in at $18.70. I got 2 of the Amazon sword. Same discount, so I got $1.31 off, so that came in at $20.59. I got 2 of the Java Fern, saved $1.31, came in at $20.59. I got 1 of the Red Root floaters, that came in at $5.95, and then 2 packs of Java Moss. Got $1.19 off, and that came in at $18.71. For full disclosure, I did pay $10.99 for shipping, and it usually comes within 2 to 3 days from when it was shipped. So they only ship on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays. I put the order in on Friday, so it should arrive tomorrow or Wednesday, I'm hoping. And I'm really hoping that everything's in really good condition, everything's happy, safe, all of that. And it's only in New South Wales, so it shouldn't take too long to come. I'm in Victoria. It is a bit of a distance, but because there is live animals, live plants, all of that, it should come pretty quickly. So this is where I completely emptied out the tank, rewashed everything, and filled it up in the slowest way possible, but it didn't agitate anything, so it worked out really well. Just another cut in from future Sarah, because I've just realized the audio in the clip that was supposed to be here did not work because my son was having a tantrum in the background. So we went down to Pet Stock and got the water tested, and for the first time ever, the water came back perfect. First try. I don't need to do anything to the tank other than add the tiniest bit of aquarium salt. I didn't have to do it because it was only a little bit low, but it was recommended just to put a tiny little bit in just to bump up the levels a little bit, which I did do, and the levels are all perfect. Nothing to worry about. Everything is pretty much ready to go in the tank as soon as this order arrives. My order from Aquify has just arrived. It's a lot smaller than I expected, so I'm not sure what to expect. Okay, so I'm assuming this is the shrimp, maybe? And the plants. Okay, so let's put this aside. I don't want to oh my gosh, they're tiny. All of them look like they're doing really well. Thank goodness, that was my concern, was how these guys would go with the travel. But they look very good. This would be the red root floater, red foot floater, red something floater. I'm assuming this is the shrimp kit. Got the moss mesh. All of the plants are all looking pretty good, if I'm being honest. I have got the driftwood. Okay, so after having a look online, I think I'm going to be gluing the moss down onto the bigger driftwood pieces, and possibly tomorrow I'm going to go to the actual aquarium shop and get bigger pieces of driftwood because I've got to go there anyways to return some things. So I'm going to start with the moss. Ew, I hate the look of it. Like it just looks like it's going to feel gross. Okay, so I watched a YouTube video, and basically what they said is give it a rough chop, and you're gonna basically just glue it down just randomly. But by cutting it up, you're giving it multiple growth points. So sticking this moss down was super easy. I basically just put a couple drops of the glue and then squished it on there and repeated the process over and over in all the spots that I wanted to have some Java moss. Now this will spread as it grows. That is what it does. It has that blanketing effect. And I put it on all the driftwood. Okay, so I've just gone and glued all of the moss down. I'll show you. It is on all of the driftwood pieces. So I'm going to give that some time to cure, set, all of that, and then I'm going to get it into the tank. But while I'm doing that, I'm going to start getting the plants into the tank. So as you can see, the water is clear. It's just being agitated by me putting plants in. So the rest of the video, the water is quite murky, but that will settle over the next week. I got all the new plants in, and then I put in the new driftwood and got that all set into place, which I can fix along the way once the water settles and I can see a little bit better. Next up, I start the process of getting the shrimp acclimated. I completely forgot to film the whole putting them in the tank, but we spent 40 minutes getting them acclimated and getting them in. So I just got back from my local aquarium and I got some fish. So in this bag here, I've got a beautiful male guppy. I only got one. But I got I got 2 sucking catfish to help keep the tank clean. And then this bag is the one I'm excited for. I got 4 female guppies. So they are school fish. They do get along well with betta fish. However, you can only, if you're going to have males with females, they will breed, which is not the end of the world, but you want to have more girls because males can get very aggressive towards the females and really annoy them. So I opted to get 4 females and then just 1 male, and he is so pretty. That was the issue, was all the girls weren't very pretty and colorful, but the boys were. But I definitely wanted females just because why not. I also got some tablet feed for the shrimp and the sucking catfish, and then I also got some food for the guppies as well. I talked to the people and this was the food that they recommended for both. I really wanted to get all of the fish in at the exact same time, so I decided I would catch the betta and get him acclimated to the new water with all the others. So first I'm obviously taking the current water he's in, catching him, and then I'm going to set all of the bags in the water of the new tank for 10 minutes with the light off so they can get used to the new temperature. And then every 10 minutes, I'm adding in some new water so they get used to the new water before I actually tip them in. So this is where I do the first of the water. Usually you add a cup. I'm just eyeballing it and it's always worked for me. So that is just what we're doing to all of them. Here's the new angle. It's a little bit better.
of the exact same thing after 10 minutes. I repeated this process 3 times for all of the fish before putting them into the new tank. When I put them in, I just let them all out and I leave the light off for 30 minutes so they are able to get used to the tank, and it's a lot less stressful by having the light off. After 30 minutes, then I'll turn the light on, let them settle, and then I'll feed them later tonight just so they do have a little bit of food, but I'm not expecting them to eat a lot because it is still quite stressful for them. So this is basically the final results. Getting the light on, you will see the water is still murky because of adding in those plants, but it will clear up over the next 24 hours. All I need to do is get a couple more pieces of the driftwood to create some more hidey spots for all of the fish. But they all seem to be thriving, doing really well, and here's a shot of the betta and the shrimp.
Pretty much it. This whole process took over a month to complete, with all of the issues of the water and the colouring to getting all of the plants, the fish, and everything set up in there. They all seem to be doing really well, and I'm so happy that I've managed to finally upgrade my betta into a bigger tank, get him some friends and some more live plants. His previous tank did have live plants, but I wasn't happy with the amount. I wanted it to be a bit more naturalistic. If you can hear my son, this is because it's bedtime. He's completely fine. He just wants to get up. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the journey. It was definitely long and patience was tested. It was really tested. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye.